Africa Day 2018, Houston, Texas at City Hall. We're going to be joined by a number of guests today. We're going to have several different interviews. And of course, you're going to hear from the mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner. So stay tuned, relax, enjoy as we taste good food, meet good people, and celebrate Africa.
And I'd like to introduce Mayor Sylvester Turner. Mayor Turner is a lifelong Houstonian. The mayor not only celebrates diversity, but he also recognizes the importance of inclusivity. He champions the rights of all Houstonians to participate in civic life and have access to opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, our host for this evening, Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Look, let me thank Danae for all that she does and for emceeing this particular event. I was just saying to Dr. Sean, where did she go? There she is. Not only did she participate in the Winter Olympics, but I think she's the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first woman probably that participated both in the Spring and the Winter Olympics. So please give it up to her as well. So very proud of you. Look, what a terrific day. Let me just say hello to everybody, and this is an important day. It's Africa Day, and I look forward to it. I think this is my third now since I've been mayor, and look forward to participating a few more times. And so it's an exciting time, and what I've committed the city, and especially City Hall, is doing everything we can to make this day get bigger and bigger and bigger, because certainly it should be a huge day. So I want to say hello and welcome to Africa Day 2018 at City Hall. To the Consular Corps, thank you all for being present. I appreciate the friendship and the relationship that we have established. We now have the third or fourth largest Consular Corps in the United States, and we're looking to grow even larger. To all of the elected officials, those who are here, those who will be coming, certainly to Councilmember Amanda Edwards. Where did she go? Okay. It's good to be with all of the elected officials, and quite frankly, it's all of you are important today. To those who have come from London for this very special day, welcome to London. But once you come here, you cannot go back. So now that you're here, and for people who are with us from all over the globe, and especially the African continent, let me just say good afternoon, good evening to everyone. We are here to celebrate the ties between the African continent and the city of Houston, from Ethiopia to Nigeria, from South Africa to Egypt. Houston enjoys thriving relationships with many countries within the continent of Africa, and last year alone, we hosted over 60 high-ranking delegations from Africa. And I'm hoping that as we go, the years go by, that number will increasingly grow. With each passing year, it becomes increasingly essential to increase trade and cultural exchanges with Africa. And with the fastest growing population of any continent and the second fastest growing economy, Africa's future is bright. Quite frankly, so go Africa, so will go the city of Houston. And so we are inextricably connected and very proud of the history and the cultural ties that exist. As Africa grows, we in Houston will ensure that our relationship with this rich and diverse continent will continue to grow as well. More than 90 Houston companies report businesses or trade ties with Ethiopia. More than 370 Houston companies report business or trade ties with South Africa. And we have the largest Nigerian population in the United States right here in the city of Houston. Quite frankly, I know the Nigerian consulate is in Atlanta. I'm trying to understand the math. We have the largest Nigerian population in the United States right here in Houston, but the consulate is in Atlanta. Now you know that's unacceptable. Okay, that's unacceptable. At least there needs to be a consulate right here in the city. I'm not trying to take anything away from Atlanta, but I want you to know Atlanta's, well, we are the new Atlanta right here in the city of Houston, okay? Each year, Houston grows closer to Africa, and we continue to expand trade ties and cultural connections while drawing in new residents from countries all over the continent. And if I could just say on a personal note, quite frankly, I would not be the mayor of the city of Houston now without the strong support, both in votes, participation, contributions, than if I did not receive that support from those of you from Africa that are now voting and participating in the city of Houston. So I personally want to thank you, but for your support, I would not be in this position today, and I appreciate it. Again, thank you all for attending this event. I hope you have a wonderful time and enjoy the food, the music, the dance, and the art made possible by our deep connections to Africa. And here in Houston, we celebrate, respect, and draw strength from our differences. But as I always say, in the city of Houston, we don't build walls, we build relationships. And we work every day for that. And for that reason, I want to thank all of the African communities in Houston for contributing to our city's diversity and culture. I certainly appreciate that and respect that. And we need to build on our mutual self-interest. The city is highly diverse, but just to say that we're diverse and stop there is not saying a whole lot. We must be diverse, and at the same time, we must seek to be ever more inclusive. And we have to recognize and appreciate the cultural heritage that exists within this city. And at this time, I would like to present a proclamation to all of the councils and ministers in honor of this very special occasion.
Members of the consular corps could come forward.
I made this outfit myself. I'm not going to read the entire thing. This is the second annual Africa Day that we are celebrating. It does say that whereas on May 25th, 1963, representatives of 32 African nations convened a conference for the foundation of the Organization of African Unity, now known as the African Union, which is celebrated in various communities on the African continent, as well as around the world. And each year on May 25th, and whereas the city of Houston enjoys thriving relationships with many countries with the continent of Africa, and whereas May 25th, 2018 will mark the 55th anniversary of the creation of the Organization of the African Union, and whereas Houstonians are honored to commemorate this very special occasion, therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proudly proclaim May 25th, 2018 as the second annual Africa Day in the City of Houston. This is not even a part of the agenda. I just decided to insert this little piece. Whichever country you may be from, let me just hear where you're from. If somebody.
Nigeria.
Nigeria. All right, hold on 1 second. I should have known Nigeria was going to be first. I should have known. Okay, we got Nigeria, Morocco, Ethiopia, Cameroon, Mali, Palestine. What was that again? Benin. Oh, that's Mazda. Jordan. Iran. Congo. Say it again.
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. All right. Liberia. Egypt. Ghana. Okay. Cameroon. In fact, we've got someone playing on the Houston Rockets from Cameroon, one of the starters.
Yes, sir.
Again, what it demonstrates is the vibrancy that exists within the city of Houston. What was that one? Tanzania. It demonstrates the vibrancy that exists and the diversity that exists. And tell you, as a mayor of the city of Houston, I am just so proud of everyone that exists in the city of Houston that's come from the African continent. So look forward to building some very strong relationships and ties and embracing the continent right here in the city of Houston. Look forward to the next trade mission that we'll head, that we would take going to the African continent. So, Danae, I'll give it back to you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Turner. Please give him a round of applause. And now you're in for a treat. We have with us tonight Igwe Cultural Entertainment, if they could start moving forward. Igwe Cultural Entertainment is a dynamic and award-winning African dance troupe based in Houston. Their repertoire includes traditional dances of various regions of Nigeria. They aspire to connect current and future generations of Africans to the history and traditions of the motherland through dance. Ladies and gentlemen, Igwe Cultural Entertainment.
This is the treat for you, man. You're going to get in the groove and dance. You're going to get in the groove and dance today, right?
Hey, bring it on.
You got to do some moves.
Now I want to see you get out there, my friend.
I get over there with you. So, see, there you go. You got to, I see the move. So it's going to get there too. You got to get in, man.
What's that?
Yeah, you got to get in this one.
You got to take this one here.
Yeah, you got to do some move. get it, man. You gotta get it. I take you there. Where are they from? I think most likely they're from Nigeria. You know, Bobby got a good one. I think that's from Nigeria. But I think they got like them mixed it up. Like different them from that side. That's why most the same thing that we do with Bobby. She's from full show. Like she's from
Another round of applause for Igwe Cultural Entertainment. Now we also want to thank our sponsors of the evening. You'll see more information about each of our sponsors on the rotating slides. Please hold your applause until the end. We Lead, headed by Linda and Newquam, whose support we appreciate so much. Wazobia African Market, Igwe Cultural Entertainment, Prime Daiquiri, African Art Worldwide, Equip XP, the Art Institute of Houston, and Lucy Ethiopian Restaurant and Lounge. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the members of the Mayor's Office of Trade and International Affairs who helped put the event together. Andy Icken, the Chief Development Officer, Mazda Dinin, Paul Kuklis, Nike Lukman, Marvin Agumagu, And Jessica, no. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank all of our sponsors who have made this evening possible. Thank you all so much for coming. Please enjoy the hospitality and enjoy the remainder of the evening. Good night.
Ready? Hi, this is Christiana, and I'm at Africa Day at City Hall. I'm with Mayor Sylvester Turner. How are you?
I'm fine, Christiana. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. So this event, I mean, this is the second one. What do you plan for next year?
Next year, I want there to be so many people here at City Hall that it's an overflow crowd. Look, for me, this is one of the most important days for me. We're celebrating the African, all of the countries, there are 54 of them. This is right here in the city of Houston. We're the most diverse city. It doesn't make any reason why we shouldn't make this one of the biggest events. And for me, this is a very important day for me, being an African-American mayor of the city of Houston.
Yeah.
And so help me to really grow this event. I want it to be more people. I want it to be more lively. I want a lot of entertainment, reflecting the history and the culture that exists on the African continent.
Well, you're talking to the right station because
Am I talking to the right one?
You're talking to the right one.
Okay, because look, we have more Nigerians right in the city of Houston than any other city in the United States of America. Now, I'm disappointed that the consulate for Nigeria is in Atlanta and not here in the city of Houston. So I'm disappointed. But we're gonna change that. But on the third Africa Day for me, on the third one,
Yes.
I want it to be the largest. I want us to more than triple the size of people that are here. I want the energy and the excitement and the culture to be on full display. And I want us to start right now.
Right now.
Right
So
now.
You heard it here first. Africa Day 2019 is going to be the largest ever. And also, hashtag bring the Nigerian consulate to Houston. We started it here today.
Right here. And it's going to happen. Look, let me give a shout out to Vineyard TV. Without you can be no Houston. With you, Houston grows.
Hello, everyone here. I am with Mazda, one of the organizers of Africa Day 2018 in Houston. And we are just basking in how great this event was. What do you think?
You know, this is wonderful. You know, it's wonderful. And you can see how many people we have here tonight. So, you know, this is great. So, and this is the second time we're having Africa Day in Houston. Last year was the first time. And as you can see, we have a great mayor, and he's really happy with the work that we're doing, right? And then the people who are here tonight. So, and then let me say something. Just thank you guys, for making this event so beautiful, and hopefully next year.
Oh, yeah.
We want you guys to be there next year, right?
Yeah, you heard the mayor said it earlier. Next year is going to be bigger and better.
Bigger and better. And we'll do anything that we could, right, to make it even bigger and bigger and better.
Well, thank you so much. I know you don't like talking to us, so I'm not going to.
I don't like to talk, and myself, I'm from Benin Republic, right, next door to Nigeria, so thank you so much for your participation. And then hopefully next year, no, it's not even hopefully, next year.
Oh, yes, we will
be here
back.
next.
Yes,
thank you
most
so much.
definitely.
Thank you so
we
much.
had a great time.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the night.
Yes,
thank you
yes.
so much.
You
Thank
see, I'm still here. I'm going to close this place out, honestly. I'll be the last one. They're going to have to drag me out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Christiana again, and I am here at Africa Day at City Hall in Houston, Texas, with Sean, the leader of the Nigerian bobsled team from this past Winter Olympics. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for having me, Christina.
Oh, I'm like starstruck right now.
Thank you. I'm honored and humbled.
Tell us about this wonderful, great year that you've had. I mean, from being on the Olympic stage to doing media tours and junkets. Tell us more about the exciting time you've had this year.
This has really just been a blessing from God. I really can't put into words how honored I am to have been able to represent all that I am, from being an American, being a Nigerian, being a woman, being a black, colored. I think that's just been so much to represent, and people have been inspired on levels beyond anything I could have ever imagined, and it makes my heart so happy.
Well, as we were talking about before, our viewers actually want to know what made you start the bobsled team. Like, You just woke up one day and decided?
It kind of felt like that, to be honest. I was just inspired. After the 2012 Summer Olympics, I retired from track, and I just decided to support some of my friends who had gone on to do bobsled. So in watching them, I just got this little spark to join the bobsled team. So I've joined the U.S. team for a year, and while I was on the team, I learned that the sport was trying to grow. Nigeria was looking for their first class of Winter Olympians, and Africa as a continent had never been represented in the sport of bobsled for men or women. So I was like, this is going to be much larger than me, and I felt like it was kind of my ode to try and give it back to the country and the continent. So I recruited 2 ladies to join me, and they obliged, and we took on and then we decided to take on the world.
Well, Africa is proud of you. Houston is proud of you. I know Nigeria is definitely proud of you. You all did an amazing job. Now, this is Africa Day. So let our viewers know one thing about Africa that they may not have known about before, something special.
To be honest, I think what we represent as Africa, a continent, is a people who are resilient, a people who persevere, a people who have honor and pride and respect, not only to give but to gain. And I hope that I could have given, in my team and my federation of Nigeria, and everyone else could give the world that impression as well.
Well, thank you so much. It was great talking to you. Thank you.
Hello, we're here at Africa Day 2018. I'm Tina, and I am again the second year with my good friend Linda Anukwem, and I wanted to talk to her about how today has been, Linda, and what we're looking forward to for next year. Okay.
Well, I think this year we were a bit more diverse. We had a full house, which makes next year to be bigger and grander. We're likely going to take it outside of City Hall, and it's already been endorsed by Mayor Turner.
That's right. I just heard we were talking to Mayor Turner earlier. He was talking about a bigger venue, bigger location. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, because I think the excitement about Africa, I mean, the different foods, I mean, as you saw, the cultural dance, I mean, it's just too beautiful to contain in a short period of time and in a condensed area. So I think outside would allow us to really make it turn it into a semi-festival.
That's right. A festival with community leaders, youth group, just big, I think.
Highlighting the different countries that are represented in the city of Houston. That's Ghana, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Cameroon, South Africa, Tanzania. Oh my goodness. And North Africa. Our brothers and sisters in North Africa as well. We have a big community here.
Exactly, because we did interview a guy from Morocco earlier too. So.
Yes. And we did try to incorporate North Africa by having the I don't want to misrepresent their food, but it was a type of bread with the hummus. We had the South African wine, and then we had Nigeria represented in addition to Ethiopia.
I love it. The diversity and the inclusion is where we are. I think it was the theme this year, and we saw it. We really saw it.
I was extremely proud to be part of the event as an African myself. This is, to me, was one of the achievements of the African community in Houston. Generally, the African community doesn't get involved in local or state or federal governments. But this is a continuation of the African effort in making Houston a much better city.
And as far as
I think it's a great day. It's a day for the culture. The mayor was here. Then we have my friend Marvin also here. And it's a great day to see so many cultures and people come together as one.
Thank you so much. We've been having fun all day.
Yes, definitely. And there'll be lots of food too as well. You know, Ethiopian, Nigerian. It's fun. It's a fun day. Yeah.
So hi, this is Christiana again, and I'm here at City Hall for Africa Day. Joining me are my guests today.
Hi, Gregory Maddox from Texas Southern University.
Cheryl McCurdy from the University of Texas Health Science Center in Houston.
Now, great to meet both of you. Earlier in our conversation, we were talking about this is the second Africa Day, and you were here for the first one. Can you tell us a little bit more about your experience?
Well, it's a really nice event. It brings together a lot of people from the various African communities that are based here in Houston, as well as other people, both in business and in our case, academia, that have connections to Africa. So it's a really nice event to be able to meet the other people who are also really committed to Africa.
And at Texas Southern, there's a large student population from people of African descent. Can you tell us more about the African connection at Texas Southern?
Sure, we do have a lot of students that are both, we have a lot of international students that come from different countries in Africa, and a lot of, African origin students, and we are very, very happy about that. We also have a strong connection with sending students to Africa. So we've been involved in sending students to Tanzania and South Africa for over 15 years. So we have our trip this summer is coming up in July.
Perfect. So what do
Let me tell you something about Africa. When we do it, like I told him, we need to close the street down. That's number one. So we have an African day. This is too small, okay, to start with.
Yeah.
So we had an African day. We need to have masquerades.
Yeah.
We need to have dancers. We need to recognize each and every. Yes, and we need to have the right DJ that's going to be playing African music. And we need to have each of the community leaders recognize cultural groups as a whole lot. There's some chiefs. We have an Eze Eze doesn't leave a community. We have an Eze that left an African community and come to Houston. That needs to be recognized. We have a lot of lawyers, doctors, nurses. He needs to understand that because of African community, Houston hospitals are running. Houston courtrooms are running. Everything in Houston is functioning because of African community. So, of course, we're going to do it much bigger.
Joanne Wogu here in Houston. I'm a staff attorney here at Lone Star Legal Aid, also working with the Nigerian Cultural Parade, which is September 29th. We want to see everybody come out. It's going to be a wonderful event. And yes, it's a pleasure.
So what do you think about today, the second annual Africa Day in the city of Houston?
This was such an amazing event. I love my culture. I'm Nigerian, but just to bring us all together, all the Africans here in Houston, and even people who are not African, so they can see our culture, see the things that we stand for, see what we represent. It was an amazing event today.
Yes, and just as to mention that you are an attorney, and we have attorneys, doctors, lawyers, I said lawyers, accountants, business people, educators, all from the African community, and this event brought everyone together.
Absolutely. It was an amazing event to bring so many wonderful people together, so many people here in Houston that's doing great things. So just to watch everybody thrive. So I thank you for the opportunity today just to be able to speak and tell them about the parade and tell them who I am.
So yes, again, the parade.
I think it's about time. Look, the impact of Africa in Houston goes to the Atlantic, right? So we would not be here, at least half of me, my father's a Black American, would not be here if it wasn't for Africa. So I'm proud to be part of this. We need more events like this. We need more bigger events like this. We need more representation of Africa, all 54 spaces of Africa. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Africa Day 2018, and I'm joined by Kavachi from Grabito. Am I saying it right? Grabito. Explain this to us, because I just asked her, but I want her to tell you.
Okay, so Grabito basically means you love to eat. So pretty much we are here to make international food more mainstream. Our goal is to be the bridge, to be the platform, to educate people more about African food, even other cultures. So Grabito.
So Grabito, you were telling me, and I'm joined by Marvin. How are you?
I'm pretty well. How are you?
I'm great. So you are one of the organizers of this great event. Tell us what went into it.
Oh man, we just wanted to make this event better than last year. So we brought in some vendors that we didn't have before, and they were gracious enough to provide all the good food, all the good drinks, and the people came and they loved it. So not only was the food great, the mayor came and proclaimed today as Africa Day, the second annual Africa Day, and also the good attendance and good media coverage like yourself coming here today. So we definitely appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, bringing all the different cultures, all the different countries in Africa together, because Houston is a huge melting pot.
Yeah, Houston is the most diverse city here in the country. A lot of people think New York is, it's Houston, so I don't know if you heard earlier today, when the mayor asked everybody what African country you're from, you heard almost every African country being called, from Nigeria to Burkina Faso to Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa, everywhere. Yeah. So it's cool.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Now, what exactly?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So I see you all have decked out the platters for all of us today. Tell us a little bit more about some of the things you brought for us.
Okay. For the food that we have here today, we brought you some jollof rice, some coconut rice, a efori roll, patty-sized puff-puff, meat pie, and fish roll for today. But we have so much more than that. But that's the little that we could bring.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Tell us a little bit more about Wazobia Market.
Wazobia Market, we have a grocery store and a restaurant. So the grocery store serves all your basic grocery needs. And then the restaurant, we have the meals already prepared, ready to go. So you just come in. If you're not in the mood to go to the market and start cooking, you can come to the restaurant. Fresh meals every day. And if you are in the mood, you want to cook yourself, you come to the grocery store. So both ways, we got you.
So where are you all located?
We're located at 16203 West Time Road, Suite 106 and 105, Houston, Texas 77082.
And can we follow you on social media?
So Africa Day is a day that was created by the United Nations in observance of, the world being able to connect with what's going on with Africa, being able to recognize the continent and everything that they stand for and represent, and the impact that the continent has on a global scale. The city of Houston has continued to make the effort locally to make sure that we recognize the economic, the academic, the professional efforts and endeavors and influences of our people from the continent and throughout the diaspora as well. So this year is no different, and I'm really, really, really impressed with everything that we've done. Many kudos to Linda and the entire committee that worked on this project this year. So we always want to encourage everyone, let's make this something that is fruitful. Let's continue to promote and invest in Africa and in the diaspora and our people and everything that we stand for. And it's awesome.
I love it. Inclusion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Africa Day 2018 is in the books. You saw me enjoy and taste wonderful food, had great conversation with the wonderful guests, and of course, you heard from the mayor. Africa Day 2018 is going to be even better. Join us. See you then. I'm Christiana. Good night.